On the news tonight, House of Representatives push for military base in Adamawa hotspot due to insecurity. Court orders immediate reinstatement of suspended Senator Natasha, finds her for contempt. Plus, Edo confirmed 86 dengue fever cases amid multiple outbreaks. Hello there, good evening and welcome to the Rstv World News. My name is Emily Tari Mbero. Now, do you love and care about Rebel State and her peace? If yes, let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task you and I must accomplish. Remember, you can watch Rstv News live on Facebook and YouTube at Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And now details of the news. The newly elected Democracy Youth Association executives have been inaugurated at the palace of the paramount ruler, His Royal Highness Eze Simeon Wokoma. Gospel Annual reports that the inauguration was conducted before the Traditional Council of Chiefs, Elders and Democracy Town Council. This report.
Performing the inauguration, the Nyenwele Romokrosi town, Eze Simeon Wokoma, expressed satisfaction with the peaceful conduct of the elections to vote in new executive of their choice according to the laid-down principles of the area, while reminding them that their positions are called to service. Eze Wokoma charged the executive members to lead by example and defend the integrity of the community by ensuring that the youth are carried along in the scheme of things and should not be in isolation with other governing bodies in the community to achieve the desired set goals. The paramount ruler enjoined them to always seek for ways of advice from reliable individuals and organizations to enthrone lasting peace and progress of the society.
I'm indeed humbled and I'm satisfied. It came to my knowledge that the past president has served out his tenure based that election was conducted peacefully. Today, the entire kingdom, with the powers conferred on me, I give a blessing to that election. Additional Rulers Council give a blessing to that election. The Chairman Town Council, give a blessing to that election.
Responding on behalf of the Youth Association, the President, Comrade Pascal Okene, thanked youth of the community for their commitment, particularly the light turnout during the election for new administration for a period of 2 years. He assured that their leadership will carry everyone along in fulfilling their manifestos to create opportunities for jobs, youth empowerment, and vocational skills. According to him, the new government will seek advice from valuable stakeholders, particularly from his predecessors, to achieve results.
That's just all I need, the blessings from the palace. And since I've gotten that approval, the work begins in earnest. Pascal Okene's led administration will be about employment, jobs. So they should go and dust their CVs. They should go and dust their documents. Whenever you're called upon, I don't want to hear excuse. I Chief Bekwele Ebula. He has listening ears. Always reach out to him for advice and for information as to how to reach out to companies.
Gospel Anele, Rstv News.
The House of Representatives has called for the immediate establishment of a permanent military base in the Madagali axis of Adamawa State, following renewed attacks by armed assailants that left several residents dead and many others abducted. This followed a resolution passed during today's plenary, where lawmakers decried the persistent security breaches in the area and mandated a thorough investigation into the violence. The House also resolved to investigate the persistent security breaches in the northeast, particularly in the Madagali axis of Adamawa State. This followed the adoption of a motion sponsored by the member representing Madagali Federal Constituency of Adamawa State, who lamented the worsening insecurity in Madagali, Michika, citing the latest attacks in Dar and the Pambla communities. The Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered the Nigerian Senate to immediately recall suspended Kogi Central Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. Delivering judgment on Friday, Justice Binta Nyako ruled that the 6-month suspension imposed on the senator by the Senate was excessive and lacked a clear legal foundation. The court invalidated portions of Chapter 8 of the Senate Standing Rules and Section 14 of the Legislative House's Powers and Act, describing both as overreaching and failing to specify a limit for how long a serving lawmaker can be suspended, while affirming that the Senate retains the constitutional power to discipline its members. The court emphasizes that such sanctions must not deny citizens their right to representation. Meanwhile, the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja on Friday found the suspended lawmaker representing Kogi Central, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, guilty of contempt. The court, in a ruling that was delivered by Justice Binta Nyako, noted that the embattled lawmaker went against its order by publishing a satirical apology to the Senate President, Godfrey Lapabio. It held that the said apology, which was published on her Facebook page on April 7th, made the mockery of a gag order that was placed on the parties by the court. Consequently, the court ordered Natasha Uduaghan to publish an apology to it in 2 national dailies and also on her Facebook page within 7 days. The court equally ordered her to pay a fine of 5 million naira, stressing that a contempt was in a civil proceeding. Now, Justice Ebiri Omokoro, a High Court judge, has regained his freedom after 12 days in captivity. Justice Omokoro was kidnapped on Saturday, June 21st, 2025, by masked gunmen at an eatery in Yenagoa. The kidnappers demanded a ransom of 300 million naira in foreign currency for his release. However, thanks to joint efforts of security agencies led by Commander of Operations Paf Ada, CSP Chris Nwabo, and the judge was rescued and hurt without any ransom being paid. Bayelsa State Commissioner of Police Francis Idu and State Director of DSS Oluwatosin Ajola Ajayi confirmed the judge's release on Thursday night. The Commissioner of Police praised the joint efforts of the security agencies, stating that their collective work led to the successful rescue of the abducted judge. Now, do you love and care about real estate and have peace? If yes, let's build and take her to greater heights. For it is a task you and I must accomplish. Always remember, you can watch Rstv News live on Facebook and YouTube at Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And up ahead on the news, Colombia's Foreign Minister Laura Sarabia, resigns over passport dispute. And in sports, 110 Nigerian athletes compete for African Junior Championships. Details of these and more on the flip side. To stay.
Yaba is the captain of the team. I saw that leadership quality. I know she could lead people, she could carry them along, encouraging them with her down. She's doing very well.
I feel like she's the 6th man in court. I feel more confident when she's in the game. Manuela also wants me to be the best version of myself too.
When I was pregnant, I hoped you would have your dad's smile. After 6 months, I worried about the right foods to give you. Now you've grown so much, and doctor says anemia can affect your growth and slow your learning.
Mom is right. 7 out of 10 kids in Nigeria suffer from iron deficiency, which can cause anemia. 1 meal of Cerelac Junior with Iron Plus provides 50% of your child's daily iron needs to support proper growth and learning.
That's reassuring! Cerelac Junior with Iron Plus. It's all good, Mom.
Omega Power Ministries, OPM Worldwide, presents Dr. Jesus Night with Coconut. It is a night of divine encounter. It is a night of healing. It is a night of financial and total restoration. It is a night of refreshing and renewal. It is a night to reclaim your dominion. Date, Friday, 4th July 2025. Time, 8 p.m. till dawn. Venue, OPM Headquarters, Dr. Jesus City, Modo Alo, River State. Come with your coconut and receive the power to conquer and prevail in the remaining half of the year 2025.
OPM, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
This girl and many more children like her will never forget today. They felt grit. They felt determination. They felt the power of sport. Throughout this year, 7.5 million children across Nigeria will feel the same power through Milo. But we won't stop there. Next year, we'll reach even more schools, more communities, and inspire more champions.
Milo! When I was pregnant, I hoped you would have your dad's smile. After 6 months, I worried about the right foods to give you. Now you've grown so much, and doctor says anemia can affect your growth and slow your learning.
Mom is right. 7 out of 10 kids in Nigeria suffer from iron deficiency, which can cause anemia. 1 meal of Cerelac Junior with Iron Plus provides 50% of your child's daily iron needs to support proper growth and learning.
That's reassuring. Cerelac Junior with Iron Plus. It's all good, Mom.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt. This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Rstv World News. And now moving ahead. Students have been charged to put in their energies into things that would profit them by focusing on their studies if they must achieve greatness. President's Movement for the Survival of the Ogoni People in the South, Olu Nda Y. Ogosi, made the comment at the book launch at the NUJ Secretariat, Port Harcourt. Melvin Jackson has the details. Brought to you in our subsequent bulletin. Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has released supplementary regulations and guidelines that make clearer the procedures and timelines for the review of election results are not declared in accordance with the law. INEC National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Sam Olumekun, said in a statement in Abuja that the supplementary guidelines were approved at the Commission's meeting. He said the Commission, among other issues, discussed the need for clarity on the review of election results as well as the ongoing processing of applications from associations seeking registration as political parties. He said that the supplementary regulations and guidelines have been uploaded to the Commission's website and other platforms for public information. The Edo State Ministry of Health on Friday confirmed the outbreak of dengue fever, saying 86 cases have been reported across the state. The Commissioner for Health, Siri Oshomole, stated this during a press briefing where he assured that the administration remains fully committed to protecting residents and will continue to work until all outbreaks are brought under control. Oshomole said the Director of Public Health, Stephen Ojefo, has been appointed as the incident manager to lead the response. The commissioner said dengue fever is caused by a virus transmitted through the bite of Aedes mosquitoes, especially in areas with poor sanitation and stagnant water. He urged all healthcare workers across the state to be on high alert and to report any suspected case promptly. The World Bank has announced the appointment of Matthew Verghese as its new country director for Nigeria. Verghese takes over from Mr. Indiame Diop, who has assumed a new role within the institution. A statement from the World Bank on Friday described Verghese as an Indian national who brings more than 20 years of experience in economic policy and development, having joined the World Bank in 1999. Speaking on his appointment, Verghese described this period as a critical moment for Nigeria's development path. As country director, Verghese will oversee the World Bank's engagement in Nigeria, steering the institution's support for a range of development initiatives aimed at fostering economic growth, reducing poverty, and strengthening resilience. And on the foreign scene now, Rwandan President Paul Kagame says he is not certain a new U.S. brokered peace agreement with the Democratic Republic of Congo will hold. The deal calls for Rwandan troops to withdraw from eastern Congo within 90 days, an area the UN says Kigali's forces have helped M23 rebels seize this year. Rwanda denies backing M23, insisting its troops are protecting its borders from Congo's army and Hutu militias linked to the 1994 genocide. Kagame says Rwanda will honor the deal, but warns it could collapse if Congo fails to neutralize the FDLR rebels. He thanked the Trump administration for mediating, but added, if it doesn't work, they aren't to blame. Meanwhile, Congo's government and M23 rebels say they will resume parallel talks in Qatar to try to end fighting that has killed thousands and uprooted hundreds of thousands since January. Colombia's Foreign Minister Laura Sarabia has announced her resignation, citing disagreements with recent government decisions regarding the country's passport printing process. The resignation stems from a continuous shift in government contracts concerning the printing of national passports. Sarabia, who openly opposed the change, expressed her disapproval in a post on X, stating she does not agree with the decision and has decided to resign out of personal coherence and institutional respect. Sarabia had been appointed Colombia's top diplomat in January, and her exit highlights a growing internal tension within the leftist government, particularly regarding administrative and procurement practices. And now sports. Nigeria will field the largest delegation as 43 countries prepare to compete at the third Africa Under-18, Under-20 Athletes Championship in Abeokuta from 16th to 20th of July. Organizers have confirmed the participation of 937 athletes and officials for the 5-day event, which will see some of the continent's brightest young talent compete at the refurbished MKO Abiola Sports Arena. According to the National Sports Commission, host nation Nigeria will present 110 athletes, 60 men and 50 women, supported by 22 officials. South Africa follows closely with a 100-member contingent, while Ethiopia, Kenya and Algeria are also sending large teams. The event, sanctioned by the Confederation of African Athletes, is expected to feature strong representation from countries including Egypt, Ghana, Morocco, Senegal, Cameroon and Uganda. Still on sports, family and friends of Liverpool forward Diogo Jota and his younger brother gathered earlier today at a church in Portugal for a wake and funeral following the tragic car crash that claimed their lives in Spain. Mourners arrived at the Capella da Residencia São Cosme, where the funeral for the siblings is scheduled to take place on Saturday. Flowers and candles were laid beneath a tree outside the chapel where the visitation was held. In attendance were the brothers, grieving parents, as well as Jota's agent Jorge Mendes. Portugal's President Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa also visited the chapel to pay his respects. Jota, aged 28, and his younger brother, 25, Andres Silva, were found dead near Zamora in northwestern Spain after their Lamborghini crashed and caught fire on a remote stretch of highway shortly after midnight on Thursday. May their souls continue to rest in peace. Now, do you love and care about real estate and have peace? If yes, let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task you and I must accomplish. Always remember that you can watch Rstv News live on Facebook and YouTube at Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And now to end the news, let's take a look at some of our major stories. The House of Representatives has called for the immediate establishment of a permanent military base in the Madagali axis of Adamawa State, following renewed attacks by armed assailants that left several residents dead and others abducted. Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered the Senate to recall the suspended Kogi Central Senator Natasha Akpoti-Odoagen and described as excessive the 6-month suspension that was imposed on the lawmaker by the Senate. He had also reported that the Edo State Ministry of Health has confirmed the outbreak of dengue fever with 86 cases reported across the state, urging all health workers across the state to be on high alert and to report any suspected case promptly. And that's the size of our news of this amazing evening. Thank you so much for being my company from start to finish. My name is Emily Tari Mbero. Do have an amazing night's rest and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good night.